Good morning, everybody. How is it going? I'm just getting my camera set up here. Trying to get my camera set up here. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, sorry about that. It's so hard to see comments and things that I have a separate device set up so that I can see comments. Today I have a Halloween card I want to make and then just a quick product share, so it won't be very long. But the first thing I want to show you before that is this is the Stampin' Up Shimmery White Embossing Paste, and it's just a texture paste. And I bought it specifically for Christmas because I don't know if you can see it, but it has like glitter in it. I don't know if it's glitter, but it's definitely shimmery. And with this giant greenery that we have this year, it's really fun to take a little bit of it, and not very much, like very little bit of it, and just kind of put it on the ends of the greenery like snow. Just touch it to it, and if you get too much, just take it off. And it kind of adds like a shimmery look. And the other thing that you can do to this, if it's not even shimmery enough, is you could even add regular glitter to it. So this stuff would last forever, obviously, because if you're using it like me, where you're not using very much at a time, obviously you'll have tons left. So when I store it with a like a cling wrap or a parchment or wax paper or something over it. And I don't know if it helps or not. I think that looks so cool. I don't know if it helps or not, but I also like to store it upside down. I don't know if that helps. But my shimmer paste, I want it to last. Like, I know that my distress paste from last year, for example, dried out over the year. And so if you put something in there to help it seal even more, sometimes you can get a long time out of it. I have fake snow paste from like 5 years ago that never dried out, that I've been using, for a long time. So I don't know, but it is a fun effect, and it's just an easy thing to do. And then you just let them dry. They dry pretty quick. I would say half an hour, maybe. Let me put this away. Because it dries so quickly, if you use it on a stencil, make sure you wash your stencil right away. And the little spatula that you're using, palette knife. These are the cards that I made Wednesday. And remember, they have like a fun pop-up on the inside. And I show how to make those. Look how amazing that is. I love those. Anyway, I wanted to show you a Halloween one. And I started to make it just for fun for myself. And then I was like, I might as well show this on Friday. It is a Halloween project. So I went ahead, I used my last couple of sheets of Halloween paper, and I put one at the top and one at the bottom. I got out all my Halloween sets for this year. The Fright Night, I just used a couple messages out of that one. This Sweet Halloween is my favorite one. I used a lot of I used the stars, the candy corn, the bats, the little crow, and I used the Boo. I did some stamp surgery and I cut the Boo crew apart. It can still be used together, but by cutting it apart, I can use Boo by itself. And I thought it's nice to have a stamp that is really easy to grab, that I don't have to mask. And then on this one, the Spooky Halloween, I used the little cute Halloween critters. I used the Happy Halloween. I used my leftover messages. And so I just had a lot of pieces and parts left over. And then I also grabbed my gingerbread man because it's sitting out on my table. Hi, Christy. Good morning. Happy Halloween. I grabbed the candies out of here. They have, they have different gumdrops and candies and swirls, and I went ahead and made Halloween themed gumdrops and candies. So I thought that would be a fun thing to use to decorate. And yes, I fussy cut some candy corn. I cut some of the webs with a spider. That is one crazy real looking spider. It freaks me out. Oh my gosh. And then I went ahead and you can see I stamped the stars. I stamped the Happy Halloween. And obviously I'm going to decorate this swirl card. So it's going to be, it won't take very long. I don't have very much of this paper left. I realized I had one full sheet of the tags, and I think it has orange on the back. And then I had this scrap this is my last scrap of the window. And I really like this window paper for the scenery for the front of a card, right? And I had one 12-inch piece of this fence that I had saved, probably thinking I would do a scrapbook page for Halloween with this paper. And I never did get around to doing that. So here I am, cut it down to make a card. And I love these little critters. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of them. I don't want this card to be, like too thick or whatever, but all right. I have lotion on my hands. My dimensionals don't want to stick the way they normally do. All right, there we go. All right. It is so cold in this house this morning. I had to turn the furnace up. I was like, oh my gosh, it has been, get off of there, crazy, like fall, all of a sudden, it's fall. I like this broom. I'm gonna have her hold the broom upright, like that. And I'm gonna have him hold a candy bucket. I would put it behind his hand, but I'm just gonna put it on top of his hand today. I mean, really. And then there's a couple bats. So I thought that would be fun for the front. I love all of these Halloween dies, but boy, when you die cut, you need to die cut like a whole bunch all at once so that you have like all of this stuff ready to go. And it was so nice to open up my stamp set and have pieces that I had already created and not having to make more. That was nice. All right, so I'm gonna put this here, trick or treat. I think this is a really sweet card. There's the front. And now, let's do that pop-up cool inside. Now, I know my camera I have it kind of zoomed in a little. Let me zoom out a little if I can. So today, one thing I have noticed with this Facebook right now is that for some reason, and I don't know why, I don't see comments. And I don't know if it's something new they're doing or what happened, but even with my second device, I don't always see all the comments, which is weird because if the second device, like my iPad playing while I'm recording, is like I was watching it, right? It would be like me just being another person watching. I don't know. But don't know why that is. Okay, I have my little parts and pieces here. I think I'm gonna put the spider on next. Yeah, the spider. There are cute spiders and there are creepy spiders. And this is definitely, I would qualify him as creepy. I'm just gonna draw a little line from him so that he's on. I think I'm gonna put, let's see, I think I'm gonna put a couple of webs on my spiral. And I may have to hold them for a second because they don't hold on in very many places. That's gonna stick out from my card just a little bit. See that on the edge? I should probably move it. Let me move it this way just a little bit. It still sticks out a corner. I can live with that though. And then every time with the spiral, again, you just want to make sure that it will close nicely. And let's put this one here, like this. I'm just holding that on. You can see that glue just, I used extra glue on that because it only has that little tiny narrow place to hold. All right. And that's gonna work fine. And now I have the word boo. I thought about putting it up here. I can do it in either purple or green. I don't know which one I want to use. I kind of like the purple. I made it in both colors. Like I said, this is the one I did stamp surgery on. So, and then I think I'm gonna put some of the crows on. I'll put one at the bottom too. And then I'm gonna put this little No Tricks, All Treats. I had this left over from another card that I made, and I'm gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna put on some candies. So what I did was I had some of the tags that was like tombstones, and I just die cut out of that paper. And so I just want this sort of random over my swirl. I want it to be like candy and spooky stuff. All Halloween-y things. Isn't that fun? it might be a little weird. It's a weird combination because it's kind of cute and creepy at the same time. I'm going to put one down here. This pink one kind of balances up, that purpley pink balances at the top, so I'll put it down here. And then I think I'll put one, make sure everything's closing okay. Yep, closing just fine. And I promise I'll show you what it looks like from the tunnel vision, from the vision that I have. So this is what I've got. You know, the card would open and you would see all of the pieces. Now I have a lot of gumdrops that I cut, and I also have candy corn. And so I thought about putting foam on these because it's faster to glue them on. But I'm just gonna do my best here and put these on here. Might take me a moment. Some of these candies I shaded with ink, and some of them I put glitter onto. And you can kind of see, like, I cut it out of my scraps of that paper. So some of them are white with little tiny orange streaks. And some of them are orange, just like the background paper. And then a few of them I put glitter on. I think you can see the glob of glitter on there. I thought about covering the whole thing in glitter, but I just dunked it in my glitter tub. So I just think that's really fun. I probably wouldn't have to put on quite so many because I'm going to put on a couple of other things too, but okay. So, and then I have, I almost need like tweezers. Hold on a minute. Then I have these little teeny tiny pieces of candy corn, and yeah, I'm gluing those on too. So I think they're super cute. They're super cute. And you kind of want them like scattered, like if you dropped them on a table or something. I'm doing a bunch. So I know this is tedious watching me glue little paper pieces on. It's a lot, but that's okay. I won't take too much longer. So cute. All right, see, no comments, none. Let's see. I'm gonna try to. All right. Perfect. All right. So I know it's getting old. Maybe I'll stop here in a minute. There's little candy corn. The candy corns, I think, make it. It's Halloween. It is truly, like, you need to see a bunch of them. So, and then I have the words spooky that I could put you know, on here in different places. Like I could put it on my spiral. I just want to make sure that it's not in the way. I might put one here. So you can kind of see, I put that at the top, and I just want to make sure it doesn't interfere with anything else on the spiral. It looks fine. And then I have these little Halloween pumpkins that I cut, and I can leave the handle on, or I can trim them off, and I'm thinking I'm going to trim this off and put some pumpkin faces on there. I don't know whether I need the bucket or not. It takes so long. I'm so lazy. Let's just start gluing a few of those on. I love that, using that gingerbread candy adds to it so much, because to me, Halloween is not just all spooky. It's about going out and getting candy and trick-or-treating, right? Now, I tend to use a bunch of glue, and when I do that, if I close this thing, it gooshes out around my images a little bit. It will stick my card closed when I shut it. So I want to be careful about the glue that I have. I'll put another gumdrop under here. Okay, and now my thumb is gluey, so it's sticking to my thumb too. All right, so I have this card, and then it opens, and we have Boo, we have Spooky, we have a spiral of candy, cobwebs, some of the little gumdrops. Oh my gosh, these are so cute, so cute. I feel like I need another little gumdrop in there. I think I'll put it down here at the bottom. These gumdrops are from the gingerbread. See, I inked those just a little, so they're a little darker on one side. It's not that obvious, so. Okay, I think that is cool. And then I cut a couple more little black bats, and I think having that up here in the corner would look really good. And finally, the final thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some shimmer brush and some white gel pen. So I got my Jelly Roll pen out, and like the spider needs eyes. That's very creepy. The bats need eyes. Ugh, that's very creepy. I could add a little like white highlight to some of the candies, but the gumdrops that are not sparkly, I'm using my like shimmer brush, and I'm just gonna add some shimmer to the edges here. This shimmer brush is driving me crazy. I'm getting to the point where I think it's almost out. And so I need to refill it. And I usually refill it with a little bit of just my alcohol that's fast drying. And because there's a lot of glitter in it still. All right, let's put some shimmer on these gumdrops around the candy. I just think in real life, when you see the shimmer on these, it's like, wow. On camera, it's like, what a waste of time, because you can't see it. The other thing that's kind of cool to shimmer are just the edges of the cobwebs, because that little bit of shimmer will catch your eye. It'll be a sparkle, and it'll make it stand out just a little bit. Okay, so let's let that dry. And ta-da, that's my card. That's my Halloween fun card today. And let me just move things out of the way. And I thought I had a paper towel here to wipe my shimmer pen stuff off. If you have trouble removing it, like I use a block or something, I just use my alcohol to remove it. It works great. Or you can just wipe it off. Okay, so it all closes fine. Everything looks good. Open it up. It pops up. This is the coolest Halloween card. I thought the one I made last year was pretty cool with the cauldron and stuff, but this one's really fun. I'm going to leave this open just for a little bit so it will dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you some non-Stampin' Up things that I've been up to, because several of you after my last video wanted to see the other cards from the Hero Arts event. This was it was called Hero Arts Handmade Holiday. It had a kit that you could buy and then a private link to making the cards, and it was really inexpensive for all the stuff you get. The cost, I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was like $99. It was a great deal. It might have been a little more, and then I got it discounted because I ordered it early or something like that. But this is the card that Channin made that inspired me to create all of those other cards. So let me show you the stamp sets first, because then the cards mean more, right? So this is the first one. It is called Feeling Festive. I didn't look online before I got on here, but I'm assuming that these are going to be available to purchase. It's possible these were only for this event and exclusive. I don't really know. This event was really cool. It had a special book and everything with all the instructions. These messages are so fun. This right here is like a record sleeve, and there's dies for everything. And even the little lights and stuff, it was so, I have a lot of little lights. I have like the lawn fawn lights and I have close to my heart lights. I have other brand lights. I have a lot of lights because they're so much fun to put on a card. But I can tell you that this one was really easy to use. And I think it's because of the way it cut out. I'm not sure, but I was really happy with this one. I think I'll be grabbing it a lot. And the other thing is the messages on it are really small, so they fit on the record sleeve. And look at the little tiny records. They fit right into the sleeve. Super cute. So this could be used year round. It is a rocking Christmas season, feeling festive, jingle all the way message thing. But the record player and stuff and the music notes could be year round. This set is called Wishing You, and it has A Merry Little Christmas, A Holly Jolly Christmas, and notice they're in circles so they fit on some of the records. A Cool Yule, Happy Holidays, A Wonderful Christmas Time, right? And there's the banner. It has all the little funky stars and diamonds that I love, and all of the cutouts for all of them. And notice like everything has a cutout, even the little stars. And then this was a message set, Have a Swingin' Christmas, now playing, and it has like reindeer games, cups of cheer, letters to Santa, twinkle lights, and then a side A, side B, too cute. Cool Yule vibes, cue the holiday, the word tunes, so cue the holiday tunes. This Christmas, keep calm and put the records on, right? 'Tis the season for dancing. It's really, really sweet. And then here's the record, which was really cool. It's like it fills your card, and then it has the arm, and you can, the dial, the top. This is like a half circle for the label. Super fun. And then as part of that record, there is a stencil, and you can see like it just has the stencil will do the half circle or the whole circle, and then it does the shine. So on their packaging, you can kind of see how it has like dark and light, dark and light, dark, and you can stencil that shine. There is an actual record sleeve with a record and a label. And the record sleeve, I cut it out of a few out of vellum just because I had extra vellum sitting around while I was waiting for the other classes, and there's score lines in it, and you just fold it up, and then you take the record and you slide it into the sleeve, and you can see it through it, or you could make it solid. I'll show you the cards that we made in class. This paper is some of the shiny paper from the paper cut, and it really does look like a record because it's all shiny and glossy. So that was really fun. Okay, and then we got a stencil. So this stencil is, here, I'm going to show you that last. I'll put that aside. This stencil has 3 parts to it, and it is a great stencil. I put one side, 2 of them on one side, but you can see it has the 2 layers of the stripes. So each one does it, you can do them in alternating colors. And then the 3rd stencil is just the stars. So you can do that by itself, or it fits into the diamonds. So that's an awesome funky stencil. This whole class came with an amazing amount of product. I'm super duper impressed. We also got, we got a mist, a spray, ink. We got a lot of stuff. I can't remember what all we got. Definitely ink. I can't remember. We got 4 colors of ink, and paper for all the paper was included. So this is one of the record sleeves, and you can see we made a record, and I shimmer brushed it, and it made it a little warpy. So I need to put another record on the back of it just to make it more sturdy, but I thought it was kind of fun with the shimmer brush. I don't know, but there you go. Merry Little Christmas. I thought that was really cute. This one uses the record player and the holiday lights, and you could see that record player could be used on a lot of different things. And then there's the little sleeve with the record in it. Super duper cute. And here's another one that I did, Have a Cool Yule, and only using the little stars as the stencil. And then I doubled up, we doubled up this record, and it's very, very thick and sturdy. It's not bendable even. And that way you could write your message on the back. Have a Merry Little Christmas. Cute. Here is one of the records where we did the stencil with the shine. And, oh, I spritzed this one. And when I spritzed it, it puddled right here or something. So it looks kind of funky. So this is definitely going to go into my packaging as an example of how to use the product. Sometimes I keep a card with my product so that I don't forget how cool it really is, because sometimes when you look through your drawer and you just see, you know, some of the sets or whatever, you don't think, oh gosh, that's so awesome. Sometimes it really does help to keep a card or two in there so you can see what you made with it and how fun it was. So I didn't do the insides of all of these. I think some of them are blank. But here's another one where we did the stencil with the shine and then stamped and did the half circle with embossing. This one we used texture paste. I used the shimmer paste that was included in the kit. But it would just as easily work with the shimmer paste I just showed you. And then there's some lights, and there's a record one. I added the Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Cue the holiday. I think that's cute. Here's another one in a different color. Happy Holidays with the little lights. I added glossy accents onto the lights, so if you see them shiny, that's why. It makes them dimensional, like they're real bulbs, which is really cool. Same way with this one. We added the lights here, and then I added glossy accents to them so that they would look dimensional. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but boy, is that fun. It makes them look dimensional. So that's really fun. That class, it was, I can't remember if it was 2 days or 1 day, but it was amazing. It was amazing. Okay. And then last time I went to Daisy Lane, I saw these music sets that I really fell in love with. And I decided I was going to give them away to somebody when they ordered next, but I decided to keep them because I don't have very many music note kind of sets. And for $5, this one right here was worth it for me because I have a stamp that I'm always drawing my own kind of music notes in. And the stamp that I use this almost every Christmas. I don't know how old it is. I don't even know if it's still available. It's from Stamping Bella, and it's the little nutcrackers or soldiers, and they're dancing. And what I really look at this guy playing the guitar. It's so fun. And so I love this, and I use it often. I try to pull it out every year and make at least one card using it. And what I really love is that I was able to use that music note above it this year, and I think it just really made the whole card special. So this Joy is an old Close to My Heart set, but I have 6 or 7 different Joy words in different fonts. And then this paper is from the Modern Christmas Stampin' Up paper this year. So this paper is really current, but I think it really made it look super cool. It grounded it and gave it a fun look. So I'm in love with this card. I may have to like keep it and display it a little while, because to me, that's what it's all about, is like pulling out your stuff, pulling out your old things, mixing them with your new things, and making something really special. And you can see like some of these other things would have worked just as well on here. But even the piano keys would have worked on here pretty well. So yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with this one. So anyway, that's what I have today. I hope that you have a wonderful Halloween. Let me know in the comments if you're dressing up. I am wearing my Snoopy shirt today, and it has Snoopy as a mummy. I don't know if I can turn my camera to show you. I don't know. Can you see me or not? I might be upside down. Oh, there I am. Okay. Hi, everybody. My camera's backwards, so it's hard to see. But anyway, this is my Snoopy shirt that I'm going to wear all day. And then Steve and I are dressing up tonight to hand out candy. Jen's going to a big haunted house party thing tonight with some friends. And so, yeah, we're going to make the most of it. It's pretty windy today, so I'm worried about the inflatables again. I just need to get out my old decorations that are more sturdy, and I don't have to worry so much about the weather because this wind it's a lot. And we deck out both houses, and this year I didn't put out as much. So we'll see how many trick-or-treaters we get. We're a little off the beaten path, and there's no sidewalks in my neighborhood. So our trick-or-treating has decreased over the last several years because it's so dark in our neighborhood. But our house is so lit up, a lot of times people will come off the main lit street to come to our house. So, all right, that's what I have, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.